They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy. This might not be the best idea.
The pursuit of a valuable orb leads 5 beings of questionable disposition into a fight to save the galaxy.
The good.
The spotlight of this movie falls upon some fantastic and hilarious characters, each of them with a unique flavor to bring to the table that adds to the overall dynamic of the group. It is primarily through these characters that almost the entire runtime of the movie is incredibly entertaining. The performances and characterizations we are given always make the actors feel like they're in their element and they're absolutely nailing the portrayal of their characters. Whether what they're executing is one of their many instances of humorous banter or a very strong emotional moment, all of it comes through very well. These characters also have a really well-constructed story in which to move around. Most of the time, exposition about the plot and the characters is given to us through how the characters react to the circumstances they're put into. And even as circumstances, motivations, and goals are changing from moment to moment, the things that the characters do to react to these changes still feels very authentic to the characters that they are. What they do continuously makes sense. Another thing, which I also take as a sign of really good story construction, is how this movie is able to reutilize background elements. From cheap joke material serving minor to major purposes later on in the plot, to minor characters who are shown for a couple of shots and then come back later in the movie for a scene of a little more importance, this movie just does a good job of using the resources that it has. The action of this movie is also really exciting to watch. Elements of it are flashy and appealing to the eye, but it also retains some realism by keeping the action fast and visceral. Also, in terms of expanding the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is the film that arguably took the biggest step forward, because it was the first film to properly explain to us who Thanos the Mad Titan was, and what the Infinity Stones were. Which now more than ever is very important because next year, we're getting Avengers Infinity War.
The iffy.
Being a fan of Doctor Who, I was excited to hear that Karen Gillan would be in this movie playing Nebula, a daughter of Thanos. The primary antagonist was Ronan the Accuser, with Nebula being the secondary antagonist. So while we did get enough of Nebula in this movie to understand her motivations and where she comes from, I find myself a little disappointed that she didn't leave a bigger impact on the story. However, it does look like she's returning for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so I'm looking forward to finding more about her then.
The bad.
The worst I can really say is, Ronan wanted to destroy the world. I mean, I know Ronan isn't the most dimensional villain we've ever got in a Marvel movie, but he also wasn't bad either. There's honestly nothing I can say about this movie that brought down the experience for me, or lessened it in any way.
The verdict?
It's well constructed, it builds the universe, it's emotionally satisfying, it's hilarious, it's fun to watch visually. Guardians of the Galaxy is arguably the best Marvel film that Marvel Studios has made. This is Detective Steve, and stay tuned for my review on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which unfortunately will be a bit late.